Hey, Mary Ann Sapresti here with What's Up Southwest Florida and Teach Me Social. Welcome to Simply Smart Marketing. Today we're going to talk about the power of content and using that to build credibility and trust with your audience. So there's some reasons why this is important before we kind of get into the nitty-gritty, but it's very important. I see this all the time with content on social media. People will write one or two sentences on whatever they're talking about, and it's usually maybe the benefits of their product or service or how they're different, but they're not really sharing any of their knowledge in their industry. And that's really important, that you share knowledge. That's one of the reasons why the power of content is so important, and establishing authority and trust. So you want to make sure that you want to demonstrate your expertise. And you're not giving away any secrets. People tell me they're a little afraid. They do that, they're going to be giving away, their little industry secrets, and that's not true. Because you don't have to go that deep into it, but you have to give enough so people kind of understand that you know what you're doing, right? So it also builds the credibility when you're transparent. Being transparent is very important in your content. You don't ever want to deceive people on social media. I think you have seen examples over and over again of what happens when people try to be slick, as I call it. Somebody's gonna pick up on it. The content also fosters engagement, and that's another good way to build trust, because you're answering questions with people or asking them questions to get them to respond. So you're interacting on a human level through social media. That's kind of important. So you don't have face-to-face when you're doing this online. So it kind of addresses that. It kind of humanizes your brand a little bit. And it also helps influence their decision-making, because you're setting yourself apart from other people. And what's going to happen is you start doing this, you're going to recognize when somebody is actually being transparent and is actually trying to educate you, as opposed to just trying to sell to you. We see that all the time, especially on Facebook. You see the selling all the time on there. So there's 4 key elements you want to keep in mind when you're doing this, okay? You want to be accurate. So you want to make sure you're giving as much pertinent, timely information in your industry as possible. You want to be clear. So you want to make sure that when you write it, you're doing it in a way that people fully understand what you're saying. In other words, you don't want to use any inside industry jargon that they may not understand, or get too technical that they may not understand. You have to do it consistently. So you want to make sure that you stay on what's called brand message all the time when you do this. So that people kind of, because it takes so many touches, so they really get a feel for you and your business. And of course, as we said earlier, you want to be transparent in everything. So I'm going to give you an example of how all this works, okay? So you all have heard of the Cleveland Clinic. You heard of it, but maybe you don't know much about them. So this is how they went about building themselves as an authority and trustworthiness in the medical industry, okay? So, and using their content. So one of the things they did was on their website. They have a lot of medical information on their website. So that's one way you can do it too. Make sure your website has really good, valuable information about your industry. So they have expert-driven health information, because they have doctors there, right? So you want to make sure on yours as well, if you have employees or a large company, that your experts within your industry, within your business, are also on there. So that's one way they did it. So they have the things written by the doctors, the health information written by the doctors. They focus on patient education. So you'll see this on a lot of medical sites, but they kind of really do a really good job with it. So they have articles and videos, interactive tools to explain the medical information that they're talking about, so that it's clear and it's easily accessible. And then they have patient stories. So they share them, testimonials. Testimonials are really important. I'm sure you've heard that a lot, because it's real world, as they say. It's people in the world that have interacted with your business, sharing things. And so they have a blog, is a way that they do it. And this blog has articles written by medical professionals. So to kind of wrap this all up, your content should never be about selling anything. It should be about two things: building a relationship and establishing trust through you being an authoritative source. You want people to see you as an expert in your field, and you do that by sharing valuable information in a way that people can interact with it and can relate to. So remember, I'll go over those 4 key things. Be accurate, be clear, be consistent, and be transparent when you do your content. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more of these on the power of content. My next one coming up is going to be on word of mouth marketing, because I've been hearing this a lot lately, and so I want people to clearly understand exactly how word of mouth marketing works, because there's a lot of misunderstandings and misconceptions about it that I am coming across. So that's going to be my next video. So be sure to watch for that and subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks so much. Mary Ann Sapresti, What's Up, Southwest Florida, giving you a voice in Southwest Florida and beyond.